All right, now in this example, we're going to be taking this number, 152,067, in our number system, Hindu Arabic, and they tell us that they want us to write it in expanded form. What does that mean? It means I'm going to write each number as the product of the place it's in. So remember, we're in base 10. So what that means is as I go from right to left, everything's going to be a power of 10. So I start in the ones place, and then I go to the tens place, and remember 1 is like 10 to the 0, and that's 1, and this would be 10 to the 1 for 10, and then 10 squared for 100, 10 cubed for 1,000, and so on. So if we remember that, what we have to do here is write this out as just each number multiplied by the place it's in. So I'm going to have 1 times, now I always have trouble keeping track of which place I'm in once it gets past 4 digits. So what I'll do is label it from right to left. This is the ones place, tens, 10 squared or 100. So I'll actually start with 100. I'll need to write these slanted to fit that in. So this will be 1,000. This will be 10,000. And this will be 100,000. And think of how you say this as well. 152,000. 100,000, 50,000, and 2,000. And we also say this as 6D and 7. We don't usually put the and in there, but you could say it that way. So now I see that 1 is in the, how many zeros is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 1 by 10 to the 5. So that's the first one, plus 5 by, well, what places is it in? It's in the 10,000s place, and what is that as a power of 10? 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. So 5 by 10 to the 4. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Plus 2 by, okay, it's in the thousands place, 1, 2, 3 zeros, so that's 10 to the third. And I'll go ahead and close those off. Plus, now you could write 0 here, and it would be 0 by 100 or by 10 squared. But notice 0 times anything is just 0. So you don't need to write that. You can skip any of the zeros. They're not going to affect the result of this or the value of this expression. So I'm skipping that because it's just 0. Then the next number I have is 6 in the tens place. So that's 6 by 10, and you could write that as 10, or to stay consistent, we can say 10 to the 1, because that's the place it's in. And finally, plus 7 in the ones place. We usually just write that as 1, but if you wanted to write it as 10 to the 0, either way, that would be correct, 10 to the 0 or 1, because those are the same thing. So after all that, writing this number in expanded form looks like this. And all you're doing is just writing it out the way you say it. 100,000, 50,000, 2,000, and 67. And that's that example.